I'm an addict for sneakers.
What's good? Back up in the building. It's your boy, DJ Delz. Back with a brand new podcast here at youtube.com/The Sneaker Addict. If you did not listen to last week's podcast, not last week's, the week before last, please look in the description box below, check that one out first, and then come and check out this one, because last time I did a podcast, it came out real good, and I want to make sure everyone is up to date with all of these podcasts that I have been recording. Now, with that said, let's get right into it. Before doing some Q&A, I want to speak about a few things I've wanted to speak about all week, and one of the main things is Cork. All of these Cork sneakers that are coming out. It seems like, we got the LeBron Cork shoe from years ago celebrating his championship. I understood that. We've seen after that a few other Cork inspired shoes, like even a LeBron lifestyle shoe and some others. And then this year we've seen a pair of Air Max 90s celebrating the anniversary. I understand that. But now we're continuing to see it now with Nike SBs. I don't understand. What are we celebrating with Nike SB? Is there an anniversary, or are we just slapping Cork on all kinds of shoes now? I've seen Puma throw Cork on shoes. I've seen other brands throw Cork on shoes. Is this a new material that we're just going to throw all the time on a pair of kicks? And obviously that is what the case is now. Are you guys digging it, or would you rather them using this material to celebrate something like an anniversary, winning a championship? What is your opinion on that? Because I would love to see what everyone thinks about that. In my opinion, I really like when they use that material when they're celebrating something. Or if it has inspiration with, for instance, like a bottle of wine or champagne. If they're using some kind of colorway and that inspiration, I like that. That makes sense. But for them to just keep throwing Cork material here and there on shoes, it's beginning to feel a little played out for me now. And I think that's a shame, because it's taken away from what was cool about it. That's just my opinion, but I'm curious to see what yours is. Leave your comment in the box about that. Now, moving on, I know there's going to be a bunch of people asking my opinion on the NBA Finals. Game 1 was yesterday. My whole thoughts on Game 1 was the fact that the Cavs should have won it if LeBron James did what he was supposed to do. I don't understand why he has to take that corner three-point shot to win the game all the time. Go into the paint, try to draw a foul. That's where you're going to get that win when you're down by 2 points. They should have won that game yesterday. LeBron James sometimes shows that he has such a high basketball IQ, and then in cases like this, it's just complete stupidity. And I say that with all due respect, because I am a fan of LeBron James, but it's frustrating to see someone who is so smart at times be so damn stupid. They could have won that game easily yesterday. He could have went into that paint. He would have been able to score, or at least draw the foul. And I'm sure he would have been able to hit one out of the two on the line. There was no reason for him to shoot that shot. I mean, there was enough time for him to shoot that shot, and then after missing, having Shump almost bang in that shot after. For there to be that much time on the clock means there was plenty of time for him to go in the paint and try to do what was supposed to be done. I don't understand it. I think that it was a great game. There was so much suspense during the second half, as the Golden State Warriors came back, and it was something else. But they should have won that game in the fourth quarter. That game should not have gone into overtime, and it took them forever to even score, the Cavaliers. They didn't score for a long time. I mean, for them to not score after how many minutes, I don't know exactly, was unbelievable. Also, J.R. Smith. When he's hot, he's hot. But when he's not, the coach needs to get in there and stop him from shooting all these shots. I love J.R. Smith. I'm a huge fan of him. But when he is not hitting them shots. He needs to fall back, and someone else has to do that work. The reason why the Cavs lost Game 1 was complete stupidity. It was complete stupidity. And it's a shame, too, what happened with Kyrie Irving. I mean, the plays he was making, all those blocks, too, and steals. I mean, he had an amazing game. In the very beginning, you didn't know if he was going to really come through because of his injury. He was playing great, and it's a shame that he got hurt again. Really sad to see someone with such talent go through these kind of struggles. And I wish the best for him. Definitely send my prayers out to him. I think that the Cavs are definitely in some serious trouble. Unless, J.R. Smith delivers. He has to deliver. He has to be a strong point in this, J.R. Smith. And also Shump. Shump really seems to be delivering. It's just they're not giving him enough opportunities to deliver. I am rooting for the Cavs. I really want the Cavs to win. I will not be upset if the Golden State Warriors win because they have had an amazing season and I love watching them. But I would rather see the Cavs win this year. I love a great story, and there's such a great story with LeBron coming back home, plus the fact I'm from New York and seeing Shump and J.R. Smith leaving New York, going to the Cavs, and winning a ring would be awesome. Because that Knicks team is just such a hot mess, and I'd love to see someone's trash become someone's treasure, as J.R. Smith posted on his Instagram. But the only way that's going to happen is if J.R. comes through, Shump steps up, which I really think Shump is ready to step up. Of course, you've got Thompson and you've got Mozgov. I mean, Mozgov was crushing it. They need to set him up too more. I mean, look what he was doing Game 1. He was just jamming it on heads, man. For real. He was doing his thing. He was a big part of them, doing what they were doing, the Cavs. He was going in, man. He had a great game. But, these Golden State Warriors, man, they fight and they keep fighting. A lot of times, they are kind of slow in the first quarter. And I knew right away, don't get excited. Don't get excited when I seen how the Cavs were just crushing them at first. I knew they were going to come back in that second half. There was not a doubt in my mind. They always come back. They seem to always come back, man. And the thing about Steph Curry, which is so deadly, is the fact that he doesn't need a lot of space to hit that three ball. And that's what happened, man. Green really played a great game. It was a really good game last night. I really was digging Game 1. I feel like Game 2 is really an important game. Game 1 is just breaking the ice. Game 2 is really a major game. So we'll see if Golden State can win again. If they can win again, I mean, it's going to be pretty much downhill from there, I think. The Cavs have to win Game 2, in my opinion. And the way it's looking, Kyrie Irving will not be playing, so it really has to do with the other guys stepping up. And LeBron has to keep playing in that paint. He was posting up so great in Game 1, and then he went back to old LeBron James at the end of the fourth quarter. I was like, what? Why are you doing this now? Like, he was killing me. He was shooting the mid-range, knocking them out. He was going in the paint. He was posting up. And then he shoots that stupid corner shot, which he makes, I would say 50-50. He'll make that shot. There was too much time on the clock for him to make that dumb shot, to try to make, that dumb shot. Was so annoying. I'm sure anyone that was rooting for the Cavs is feeling the same frustration as me. Was so stupid. I don't understand why he did that. And he just continues to shoot that stupid ass shot. He needs to go into that damn paint. He needs to run through these people like a freight train. And hopefully he does that in Game 2. Because I want to see him win another damn ring this year. I want him to win again. We'll see. Leave your comments, leave your thoughts on Game 1 and also the finals in general. Who is your pick? I could definitely see Golden State winning. again and again and again, possibly even sweeping them now that Kyrie's gone. I mean, Kyrie was setting up a lot of plays, blocking so many damn shots. I mean, he was putting in that work, man. I can't wait to watch Game 2. Leave your comments in the box about that. And make sure to hit that like button right now if you have not, just to show that love and support if you enjoyed this show. I love doing these podcasts as long as I know people are listening and enjoying them. So just please let me know. Moving on. I got some good news. Well, rumor news. It's not 100% until Jordan announces it. But from my understanding, there will be another Air Jordan 11 releasing in December in red. Yes. Basically a red upper, icy outsole, white midsole, something like that. That should be releasing in December, possibly as a pack, kind of like how it was with the Pantone 11 that released, which I'm still looking for in a size 9 or 9.5. If you want to do some sort of trades, or if you got some kind of fan price, you want to hold me down, POP, hold me down, hit me up on my Twitter or on my Instagram. All that will be in the description box below. But yes, from my understanding, there will be a Jordan pack releasing, which will consist of a red Air Jordan 11, and from my understanding, rumor-wise, I keep hearing it's going to be the Air Jordan 30. This is not set in stone. This is rumor mill talk right here, so keep this in mind. Later on, don't come at me and say, yo, I thought this was coming. This is rumors right here. This is what I've heard through people that know people. So, we'll see. But there's a good possibility this will be coming true, because I've been hearing about this since the beginning of the year, that there will be a red Air Jordan 11 coming in December. And now I'm hearing it again from a lot of people. So, we'll see. We'll see. Now let's get into some Q&A. First question we got from E. Price the King. Talk about the popularity of Air Jordan 1s these days. It seems like since, I think it was last year, that's when they released the Breads, the Royals, and made them limited. It just became more and more popular, and it's just going to stay that way because they are just in. It's just part of fashion. Things are in, and Jordan 1s are in right now. They're hot. They look great on feet. They always have. I mean, for me, I've always liked the Jordan 1, but for some reason, they're a little more popular now. And I think one reason why is because a lot of people are wearing like tighter jeans or they're wearing the joggers, which make the shoe look a lot better than before, when heads back in the days were wearing baggy jeans. It just didn't look as good as now. Like, you know, because it is like a slim fit shoe. It's not a bulky shoe, the Jordan 1. It just looks way better now with what is in fashion today, as far as what people are wearing pant-wise, you know, with a tighter fitting jean, no baggies, the joggers, especially the way that it fits toward the actual shoe, how it kind of cuffs at the bottom. It just makes the shoe shine brighter. It just makes it look greater on foot. I always wore Air Jordan 1s with shorts. I never liked wearing them back in the days with jeans, because back in the days, heads weren't wearing, you know, as tight as a fit, you know. I don't wear skinnies, but, you know, I definitely don't wear, like, big baggy jeans. But back in the 90s, like, when I was a kid, I definitely wore baggy jeans and whatnot. I'm sure most people wore somewhat of a baggier fit than now. But, you know, I also am a little older now, so, you know, that's probably another reason why, besides the whole fashion aspect, people have just gotten older. I think that's part of the reason why it has gone this way also, is because you've seen, for instance, even with hip-hop, like, when Jay-Z, you know, started popping, you know, button-downs and whatnot and talking about different stuff, he was getting older, so he wanted to switch his outfits out, you know, dressing like a teenager and start dressing more of his age. Around like the Blueprint time, you started seeing him changing his fashion, and that actually changed a lot, man. A lot of people started wearing different clothes back then, and, you know, people don't give Jay-Z enough credit fashion-wise. You know, everyone always looks at Kanye West, but back then, a lot of people started wearing a lot of, button-up shirts, and, they were trading in some of their older outfits for this look that Jay-Z was wearing. Some people were like, hell no, that ain't me. That was me. I wasn't really messing with that. I mean, I'd wear, button-up and that kind of wave if I had to wear that for a certain, occasion. If I was going out to a party and I had to look a certain way, that's one thing, but I wouldn't be dressing like that day to day. Like, I'd rather just wear a t-shirt and jeans. But the Air Jordan 1 back in the 90s, the way that people used to wear it, I know me, I used to like, to wear it just with shorts. I would never wear that shoe with jeans. But now you could throw on a pair of jeans that aren't baggy and, cuff them nice, and they're going to look great along with a pair of joggers. They look way better now than they did then, and that's why they're definitely more popular, because they're actually looking fantastic now. Versus before, a lot of people were wearing them before and they looked horrible with those ugly ass oversized jeans. That's just my opinion. Some are going to disagree. Some are going to say, damn, man, I never really thought of that, man. You really nailed it on that one. Because I'm thinking about it right now, and I'm like, damn, man. I'm personally like, you know what? I never thought about that till now. That's what I love about doing these podcasts, like cold, just reading these questions and then just going out there, just freestyling this. Because things just start coming out, and I would never think of it until, the question hits me right now, and I'm literally just speaking into this mic. So that's my answer to that. Alright, moving on. Next question. I can't pronounce the actual screen name of the person. If you guys ever want me to actually say your name, just write your name in the beginning of the question. Like, hey, this is blah, blah, blah. And then leave your actual comment. Let's get into it, though. He writes, did you see the armed robbery in Cleveland over some sneakers? No, I did not. Then he writes, do you think brands can do anything to prevent stuff like this happening over product, or is it up to the people to have some self-control? It's definitely up to the people to have self-control. I mean, the brands aren't forcing you to, rob people. The brands could make more product, though, but, they make shoes limited so that it builds hype and it helps their other products also. By people desiring something they can't have, they end up buying something else from that same brand. It's just the way that a brand like Nike or Jordan Brand markets themselves. They've been doing that for how many years now? It works. People need to have self-control. The people that are attacking people over sneakers or even other things, because people get robbed every day. They get robbed for their chains. They get robbed for their cars. They get robbed for their, bags, handbags. Women, I'm sure, someone will run up and steal their bag or whatnot. People get robbed for all different kinds of objects. It's just that, with sneakers, we pay attention to that because we're into sneakers. But people are getting robbed every single day over something dumb. And the thing is, at the end of the day, people are risking their freedom over a pair of shoes. That, to me, just shows how sad these people are. Think about how much a pair of shoes is, and think about how much your freedom is worth. Because they're jeopardizing their freedom. So, how much do they think they are personally worth? Like them, the people that are actually doing this. They must not think too highly of themselves, or else they wouldn't jeopardize their freedom. I mean, of course, there's things that sometimes we may think of doing that, is not right. Not saying everyone, but I'm sure some people do. But at the same time, you have enough common sense and self-control to know that that's not right, or that you're jeopardizing you possibly going to jail, so you do not do it. You have self-control. And these people have no self-control. They're literally willing to go to jail, spend some time in prison because they want this new pair of whatever shoe. It just shows that there's a lot more going on than just the sneakers. It is the psyche, the mental of these people. There's people out there that are crazy. And that's what it comes down to. Some people out there are crazy. There's people out there that are willing to do crazy shit because they feel some sort of way and they give zero fucks. Excuse my French. And that's what it comes down to. Everyone focuses on it being a sneaker community problem. It's just a problem in society. There's people that are willing to rob you and they don't give a fuck. And that's what it comes down to. It's like that with all kinds of stuff, not just shoes. Unfortunately, It's just the way people are. Some people have no self-control, and they, deep down inside, I think they feel kind of worthless, or else they wouldn't risk their damn freedom. So that's my opinion on that. Alright, let's move on. We've got Nikki. I'm pretty sure her name is Nikki. She writes, what's your take on the Sharpie penny pack and the KD7? The Sharpie penny pack, I'm digging the concept. I like how they're bringing back some history with Penny back in the days when he was wearing his blue foam posits. The NBA was complaining there was too much blue on the shoe, so he grabbed a Sharpie and drew in the grooves of the foam posit upper so he wouldn't get a fine. Real cool how they're bringing this to life, this history from back in the days. I don't like how they force you to buy 2 shoes, drop $500, mad expensive. Not everyone could afford that, but they can afford the foam posit shoe, and I think that's whack. It takes away that chance of some people wanting that one shoe that are big fans of Penny because they can't afford to drop $500. They can afford to drop $250 probably, but not $500, and I don't like that. Just like last year with the Shooting Stars pack, you had to drop $500 to get that one foam posit that everyone wanted. It's ridiculous. Like, there's fans out there that would love that shoe that Penny wore, and they've been waiting for the day to buy it, and then it comes out, and Nike's gonna say, alright, well, if you want this shoe, you gotta buy this shoe also. Give me that $500 or you're shit out of luck. That's whack in my opinion. Love it, but I don't love how they're releasing it. The KD7, from the images I've seen, I think it's cool. I think it's, you know, a little just sloppy, I guess. I know, you know, the series is usually sloppy, but what I mean by that, I mean sloppy as the execution. I feel like they could have put it together a little better. I think that it's not whack, but it's not what I expected. I expected something a lot hotter. I thought last year's was way nicer than this year's, even though I love the KD7. But, you know, I've only seen so many photos. Maybe when I see them in person, they will impress me more. We'll see. Alright, moving on. Next question we've got from Alex. He wants me to speak about Jeremy Scott sneakers. He's never really seen me review them. Want to know if I like them or not. I do like them. It's just not really my style, but I do like them for my kids. I think they're kind of childish, and I think that's awesome for my kids because they're kids. So that's what my opinion is, you know. They're definitely a little out there, but I think what he does is great. You know, there is a lot of people that love that lane, and I think it's dope. I do also like that he grabs a lot of inspiration, like from back when I was a kid, and incorporates that in his shoes, like old toys, the old video games, the all kinds of stuff. Seems like he incorporates that into his shoes, and I definitely dig that. Moving on, we've got a question from, let's see, WVG 103, and he is on YouTube. He writes, excluding Jordans, how do you feel about the retro game? Is it as strong as it was 5 years ago? I don't really understand what you're saying exactly. As far as the retro game in this day and age, like in 2015, there's so many great retro shoes that are out, like, you know, the Air Max Infrared 90s to the Iversons from Reebok to so many different Adidas from back in the day to, you know, Nike Air Tech Challenges are dope that came out last year. So, like, you know, it's basically the same thing as, you know, 5 years ago. They keep bringing back a lot of the stuff that came out 5 years ago. Good example is the Air Max Infrared 90s. They came out 5 years ago. So, like, they always bring back stuff every 5 or so years. Just like the Tech Challenges last time those released were, I mean, I know they released last year, but besides that, like, going back before last year, last time those released was about 5 years ago also. So every 5 years they bring back a lot of shoes with a lot of brands, especially with Nike. Alright, next question is from Rod Key. He writes, with Nike delaying on online releases of the Chicago ones, etc., do you think Nike will delay future releases as well as trying to fix the quote-unquote bot problem? I personally do not know, but I think it's a good question. That's why I'm reading it. People, leave your thoughts in the comment box below. And addition to his question, the next question is very relevant to what he asked. Kevin M writes, do you think Nike is delaying some releases to build hype, or are they really just doing it because of bots? I definitely don't think it has to do with hype, because there's already, like, you know, no ceiling to the hype that has been going on. It just keeps going up, 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 up with the Jordan 1. So I don't think that's the case. I think maybe it has to do with bots, you know. Who knows, you know. That's why I kind of just am going to leave it open for the floor. Leave your comments in the box if you'd like to speak about that. Alright, moving on. Next question we got from Swift. He writes, what's your thoughts on Algieri versus Khan? And then he writes, do you think Khan is ready for Floyd after he barely beat Algieri? No one's beating Floyd Mayweather. The way that Floyd has perfected his own style, it's very hard to catch him. I know some people are like, yeah, he's always running around. But, you know, in another sense, you can look at his defense, the way that he is boxing. And that's just, you know, a debate by itself. It's hard to defeat him because of the fact that the amount of punches he throws and lands is pretty on point. You have to basically throw twice as many punches to possibly beat him on the cards, because it's so hard to land because he's always moving around so much, and he ends up tiring out his opponents by doing what he does too. It's as simple as that, man. He's not going to be an easy boxer to beat. I just can't see anyone beating this guy. I just can't see it. Alright, moving on. Let's get into some more questions. We've got from Gabriel Martinez. He writes, after all the years, how do you feel about Adidas being stingy about not retroing the T-Mac signatures? I think they're doing alright, Adidas, with the T-Macs. They've been hitting us with some releases. Maybe you've been missing out on them, but they've definitely been releasing some of the T-Macs. If you're having trouble finding them, hit me up on my Twitter over at the Sneak Addict, or go to my blog, thesneakeraddict.com, and just search T-Mac, and I'll have information on the blog, or just hit up the Twitter, and I'll try to help you eventually over there on that Twitter account. But they've definitely been putting out some models. I'm sure not as many as some may want, but, you know, it's slow motion. Maybe they're not selling that well, so that's why they're not hitting you with everything you want. That's probably what the reason is. Next question is from Ratchet Mike 28. He writes, do you think they will ever re-release the Sand 4s and the Midnight Navy 6s? And salute to you for going out of your way to help me every weekend with releases. Really appreciate it. Salute to you. Thank you. I appreciate you letting me know that. Now, getting to your question, I have no clue, man. I hope they really release those Midnight Navy 6s soon, because my pair is so messed up. I actually just finished filming recently me reshooting my Air Jordan 6 collection. I know a lot of people are probably really excited to watch this, and it's a lot more 6s than the last time I shot my collection video, because a lot has released in the past couple of years. My pair of Midnight 6s are so beat up, they're like dead. They are dead. I just refuse to get rid of them, which is ridiculous. I should just throw them away, because they're just gone. You'll see in the video, but, you know, they're special to me, and for some reason I just cannot throw them in the garbage. Call me weird. The Sand 4s, who knows? I'm sure that will come out eventually too. Alright, moving on. Next question we've got from Jason. He writes, what do I think about the liquid metal Jordans? I've seen images. They look cool. I'm sure they're going to look real nice on feet, but, you know, I really rather just the traditional original colorways, like, versus these new kind of colors, new materials. I'd rather just the original Jordan colorways. That's what I prefer. Next we got from Brandon in Hawaii. He writes, thanks for all the work you're doing. Keep doing what you do. Thank you, Brandon. I really appreciate that. And then he writes, what will be your summer kicks? Definitely white sneakers. That's really what I love wearing. Right now I'm wearing those white Hirachis with the gum bottoms like crazy. I did a review on them. Make sure to check them out. I'm sure I'll be wearing Jordan 3s throughout the summer. White on white Air Force Ones. I need to pick up a fresh pair of those. Probably do that this weekend. Love white sneakers in the summer. That's basically what I roll with as far as summer kicks. Shout out to Brendan's Kicks. He just writes, he never thought he would listen to a 50-plus minute podcast, but has become almost a routine. Very entertaining. I appreciate that. You know, I listen to other people's podcasts that are 2 hours long, sometimes 3, talking about sports and other things that I'm into, and that's what influenced me to do these podcasts. Keep leaving your comments, keep listening, keep sharing these videos, these podcasts on your Facebook, Twitter, Google+. Let your friends and family know about these right here because it's a lot of work, but I really love doing them as long as people are actually listening. And let me know that you enjoy them. It never gets old, trust me, because I need that. That's like, gives me that energy, that motivation to just speak on this mic for a long period of time. Totally helps me out so much. And I thank you all, for real. Moving on. We've got Cola. He writes, "Hey Delz, I have a question. What's your opinion on meetups when it comes to trying to sell a pair of kicks? Would you rather do meetups or would you rather do the shipping route?" I don't really sell sneakers, so I wouldn't do any of the above. I'm not against people selling shoes, though. I mean, if that's what you choose to do, that's what you choose to do. But I definitely think it's not safe in this day and age to just meet up with random people, you know, and that's really what it comes down to. You see, we were talking before about, you know, people getting shot over sneakers. Play it safe. Ship the shoes, you know, because there's a lot of people out there that are kind of nuts and have zero fucks to give about their own life. They will go to jail tomorrow for a pair of kicks, clearly, because we see it all over the news from time to time. So, you know, if you want to play it safe, definitely ship. Or go with a squad of people, you know. Don't go by yourself. If you're going to do a meetup, don't go by yourself. Bring some people that you can rely on. Don't bring those suckers, too. You know, if anything goes down, they're going to be running the other way, you know. But bring a little squad with you, you know. And if you don't have a squad with you that got your back, then definitely do that shipping routine. Because it's not worth getting beaten up or just having your sneakers taken. And it could happen to anyone, you know. How you going to fight off 5-6 people? Unless you Bruce Lee or something, you know. How the hell are you going to fight off 5-6 people? You ain't going to hit them with that, like, what are you supposed to be doing? Like, that's it. It's a wrap. I don't care who you are, unless you a trained fighter and you kicking some serious ass, you know, literally. You know, you can't fight off 5-6 people. You may not be able to fight off 3 people. I mean, of course, you could also have a gun. You can carry a gun, which I don't recommend doing. Because if you shoot someone, there's a possibility they may get mixed up. And even if you're defending yourself, you end up getting in trouble. It happens, man. Sometimes people go to jail defending themselves, man. So I would definitely recommend playing it safe. It just really blows my mind that this is even something to even talk about. Because they're sneakers. It's supposed to be something fun. Right now we're listening to a podcast. We're enjoying ourselves. Sneaker talks going on. The weekend's here. I mean, to even think that someone would go that low for a pair of shoes. And I'm laughing because it's sad. And it's just me laughing at how ridiculous it is. Like, I cannot believe it. It's almost like, is this a joke? It's just crazy how it is in this day and age. But, you know, it's always been like this. People say, oh, it's so much worse now, 2015 versus back in the days. That's not true, man. The only reason why people feel like it now is because you got cameras everywhere. Everything's being filmed. Everything's being uploaded on YouTube, World Star, So people are seeing more of what is messed up in the world. The world's always been messed up. It's just that it's just being filmed. It's being, you know, broadcast to all of us. You know, you're seeing a lot of different stuff that's always been going on. For example, the police. The police has always been fucking people up. It's just that now that people are filming it because they have access to camera phones, we are able to prove that these guys are a bunch of dirtbags. Not all of them, but some of them. You know, Like, if you look at Rodney King back in the days, you know, that was a camcorder. Like, that was like a video camera. Like, the person was like hiding somewhere shooting on a damn video camera. Now, you see something crazy, it takes 2 seconds to bang, start filming and capture that moment. So, you know, the world has always been crazy, guys, too. For people that are always saying, oh, it's so crazy in 2015, I sometimes say, you gotta remember, and I try to check myself sometimes, the world isn't really any crazier than it's always been. It's just that we're seeing more of the craziness out there because of technology. Alright, next question from LJ Sampson. Shout out to him. He always checks in. He wants to know about my thoughts on buying a pair of shoes and then they go on sale after. Like, do you return them? Do you keep them? Do you repurchase them? I would definitely try to go back to the store and say, hey, you know, I just bought these a week ago and now they're on sale. You know, can you hit me with a partial refund or something? That's definitely what I would recommend. If they don't do that, return them and then rebuy them. Why not? Money don't grow on trees. Shit, if you could get back $20, $30, maybe more, maybe less, why the hell not? That's my opinion, right? Sometimes people act like money grows on trees, man. I wish I could act that way, but, you know, I think most of us don't live in that world where money grows on trees. You know, I'd love to know where that world is. Someone, you know, send me directions to that world where I don't have to worry about money. Right? Where money ain't a thing. Our next question is from Michael Francisco. He writes, do you think Nike will release a LeBron 12 championship pack? If so, what combination of 12s will they use? A 12 Elite or a 12? Well, I'm sure it'll be one of both, and I'm sure they already have one made for just in case if he wins. When shoes are made, they're made usually 6 months at least in advance, you know, and then they just sit in the warehouses until it's time to hit retailers. So I'm sure there's one already made just waiting, and I cannot see them, you know, thinking that LeBron wasn't going to win a ring this year. So I'm sure there will be some sort. What's the worst that happens? He doesn't win the ring, which does suck for him, of course, and fans, and Nike. But at the same time, Nike could just put it out anyway, and it's going to sell just like last year. Also, he writes, what is more comfortable, Adidas Ultra Boost or Pure Boost? Pretty much the same, in my opinion. Maybe the Ultra Boost a little bit more. I mean, I've been wearing the Ultra Boost so much, daily, literally. You know, I wear them every time I go to the gym, trying to get back in shape. You know, I was doing good, and then my mother passed away, and I kind of threw a curveball my way, but I'm trying to get back into it now. But, you know, I've been back at the gym now, trying to get in better shape again, and wearing them Ultra Boost. That's the shoe I wear. It's a must cop. It's the best Adidas shoe that has came out this year by far. Next question from Superman. He writes, K54 29s wants me to speak about that. I think it's a cool looking sneaker. I think they're nice. They released overseas last week. I did have information on my blog over at thesneakeraddict.com. You may still be able to find them too also. Check out the blog and check out that post. Thesneakeraddict.com. That's my blog ran by me, by the way. Don Head Honcho writes, how do you think the Shattered Backboard release will be compared to the Chicago ones? I would say very similar. It's going to be a tough release to pick up. Ballhard_D writes, what's my favorite kick from the Iverson line? Shout out to Shad. He also wants a shout out. The Iverson line, I would say my favorite is either the question or the answer. Probably tied. I love them both. They're both so dope. Actually, you know what? I think I like the answer a little bit better than the question. I know for a lot of people it's the opposite, but that's my opinion. I love how it zips up. I think it's so dope. And I love the outsole. But the questions are dope too. You know, the ones are hot. I don't think there's any shoe that he wore back in the days that I think is whack. Definitely digging them. Just like T-Max. T-Max are dope too. But not like the Iversons. Alright, moving on. Next question from David. He wants me to speak about the Damian Lillard 2 from Adidas. What do I think it will look like? I think it's going to look hot, and I think it's going to perform great. Damian Lillard has a great sense of fashion, I think. I feel like he had a lot to do with the 1, and I feel like the Damian Lillard 1 was a complete win. It was a great pair of kicks. So nice. They look great to wear just out and about, man. It's definitely something you could wear not only to hoop in, but to wear just to wear. And I'm sure he's going to make sure that his second signature shoe is the same way. Moving on, next question's from Mark. He writes, what are your expectations for Jordan and Nike going forward? I have no expectations for Jordan at all. Because they're just going to do what they want to do. And same with Nike, you know. I really don't have any expectations. Moving on. We've got a question. Oh, no, not a question. I'm not going to call this person's name out, but this is one person who wrote, my question deleted, but still fan of your YouTube show. I delete questions that I've already answered in the past because I don't want to speak about the same thing twice. This way you listen to my old podcast. I put a lot of energy and time into these, and I do not want to keep speaking about the same content over and over again. And I'm sure most of you that listen all the time don't want to hear me speak about the same thing also. So don't take it personal, please. It's just me doing these podcasts the best way I can do them. I always delete questions I've answered in the past because I don't want it to throw me off and throw off the momentum while I'm going through all these questions. I mean, I'm dealing with sometimes close to 100 questions, and having questions I already answered just throws off me grooving through all these questions, because it is a lot of work going through that many, which I don't mind doing, because when it's all done and it's, you know, up there on YouTube and everyone can listen to it and they can enjoy it, it's worth my time. But, you know, I have to organize it in a certain way where it just works for me and I could just groove through this, you know what I mean? I want it to stay grooving as I'm recording this. I'm just thinking about what the listeners want to hear, and I also am thinking while I'm recording this as a listener what I want to hear. I don't want to hear the same thing week after week. So it's never anything personal. Sometimes I also miss questions because of the fact that there's just so many and I lose my place. Never take anything on this channel personal, please. This is me just showing my passion about shoes, and when it comes to the podcast, yes, I sometimes talk about other stuff, but I think that's what keeps it interesting, not me just speaking about sneakers for an hour plus or a little under an hour. Me hitting you with a little music talk sometimes, sports talk, even wrestling talk. You know, last podcast we were talking about pro wrestling. I can't pronounce this name, but he wanted me to speak about my opinion on the Elimination Chamber pay-per-view. I thought it was great. Some people really didn't like it. I thought it was really good. There wasn't not one match that I didn't like. My favorite was Cena versus KO. I was so amazed that Kevin Owens won. I was shocked. I couldn't believe that he won. I didn't think that they were going to put him over like that, but I guess they are. And I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at it at all. And if you guys ever want me to speak about anything else besides sneakers, this is where you can get answers here at the podcast. So make sure to leave your comments on my Instagram. Usually on Thursdays I post it. Sometimes Wednesdays I post it on my Instagram. Leave your comments and I will try to get through as many as possible. One thing that I want to speak about as far as music was the A$AP Rocky album that came out recently. Really digging that album. Definitely check it out if you haven't yet. Fire. Shout out to A$AP Rocky. R.I.P. to Yams. Definitely check out that album though. And also rest in peace to Chinks. Still can't believe that situation that happened. It's really crazy. And my prayers out to Yam too, who's in the hospital, who was with him in that shooting. Crazy. Unbelievable. Let's get into some more questions. Lost my place. See, that's what I was saying. Like, sometimes I'll miss my place, and then that's it. It's a wrap. I gotta just start from wherever I choose, like right now. I got a question here. I can't even pronounce this right, so I'm not even gonna try. As far as the screen name, writes, whose line will grow bigger, Kyrie's or Curry's? Kyrie. Curry's is with Under Armour. I mean, you're dealing with Nike. This is Nike. You know, they know how to put out a product that is gonna go farther. Like, Under Armour's not going to put out a product where you could wear it casually. Like, I can't see them doing that. They should. They got the MVP, one of the greatest shooters ever. I mean, literally ever. I mean, you could say it already. He's one of the greatest shooters ever. Put out a shoe that you could wear off the court casually too, you know. The lows are coming out. I'm excited for those. I'm definitely going to be wearing them because I got to wear a pair of Steph Curry sneakers. I'm a fan of watching him, man. He's incredible, you know. Next, we got a question from Aaron. He writes, next year is year of the 8s. What Jordan 8 do you think will come out? I think a lot of the 8s have came out in the past couple of years. I can't see them bringing back out the playoffs because it's been too soon. I may be wrong. I can't see them bringing back the Bugs Bunnies. Those just released not too long ago. Maybe they'll bring back the Orange Blaze Jordan 8s. I would like to see those come back. We'll see, though. Only time will tell, right? Next, we got a question from V12. He writes, do you think Nike should be able to control the bots so it's even release for everyone? And this from Victor. I don't think Nike really can control the bots. That's what the problem is. That's just my opinion. I mean, you know, that's really what it comes down to. And we're going to end this podcast right here. I see a few people that left comments, that always leave comments. I really got to go right now. Shout out to Gman315. Shout out to Vincent. They always check in, leave comments. I see my clock. I got to go. I got a lot going on tonight. As far as the releases for the weekend, I will have all that on my blog to give you guys more information, give you a head start. Go to the blog at 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. We'll try to help you out as much as possible, as usual, every morning when it comes to releases. And then always go to the blog morning, noon, and night like clockwork. I always try to update with what's hot in the sneaker world. thesneakeraddict.com. That's my blog ran by me. Make sure to also follow my Twitter whenever I hear about any kind of information, especially with restocks. I always tweet the info over at the Sneak Addict on my Twitter, so follow there. I did a ton of new reviews. I did review the new Jordan 5 that's releasing tomorrow already. Check that out. I also did a pretty detailed review on the Nike SB Dunk Low Back to the Future mag inspired sneaker. Really digging it. Did a super detailed review. I actually even filmed it in a new area of my crib, which I never have done yet before. So you will see a new spot where I have a lot of my sneakers stored. It's one of my sneaker rooms. I'm working on making a main sneaker room. Hopefully I will be unveiling that by mid next year, because I want to collect a bunch of different things along with the sneakers to complement the actual shoes, and it's going to be awesome whenever I get that done. But that's not going to happen for a long time, probably a good year. But when it happens, it's going to be pretty dope, and I'll definitely cover the whole room. It's going to be sick. But I definitely never shot in one of my rooms where I have a lot of my shoes, and I wanted to do something a little different. I've been doing that a lot lately, though. Check that out. You're going to enjoy it, and I will have info on that video in the description box and more. Check out the description box to make a long story longer. Just look in there right now. I have a bunch of videos and all my social networks I think you should follow. Definitely will help you out, but all the other videos that I think you're going to want to watch. Check all that out. Thank you for listening to today's podcast, and I probably will start doing them every other week instead of every week, because I want to make sure more people check out the podcast before I put out a new one. So be on the lookout for the next podcast to be not this next week, but the week after that. I'm going to start doing them twice a month. just because I want to make sure everyone gets to listen to them. And there's so many podcasts I put out. They're over an hour long. I'm sure not everyone has listened to every single one. And if that's the case, if you listen to every single one, shout out to you. I appreciate you checking in and always staying up to date with everything I put out. I try to put out a lot of content. I think I'm one of few that puts this amount of content out on YouTube when it comes to sneakers. And I will continue to do so as long as people are checking it out and also letting me know that they enjoy it. That's very important because, you know, I don't have ESP and I don't know what's going on the other side. So I need you guys to let me know you love the show. You know, if you don't love the show, obviously you're not even checking it out. But for everyone that loves the show, let me know. Leave that feedback. It really motivates me to keep doing this. I've been on YouTube for a very long time, and I will continue to stay on YouTube as long as there is a crowd out there that loves what I do. And if you're bored and you're up to date with all my videos, make sure to also check out my other show before I forget, The Delz Show. That's youtube.com/The Delz Show. There's tons of other content that's not sneaker related. You may want to check that out. I guarantee you're probably going to love it. If you love my personality and what I do, you're going to enjoy that channel. Check that one out, all right? Thanks again for checking out today's show. Everyone be great out there. Be safe this weekend. And with that said, we out.
They got any secret, we smoking weed in it. The kush got the aroma smell, no season. No reason, this be that season. She please and touch, but don't tease her. Smoking golf, all his dame me grind harder. Put her work for years, only cause I grind smarter. They flash your cameras, pose, I hold your stamina. And never get caught slipping, cause that's your ass, bro. He said I can't breathe, please, I got ass. They call that paramedics, leaving on that stretch. I'm from a place with a nigga with the gunshot. And if you get caught, he never tellin' do the time. From the city where the skyline is gothic, and where the common man dream about the tropics.
It was 3 in the morning and we leaving out the bootleg. 4 pints of fuel, God bless the white Blu-ray. Circle 5 times smaller, homie, I don't do fast. 6-shot shooter out the Buddha of the Timberland. 7 caddy trucks pulling up at your funeral. 8 girlfriends in the front row viewing you. 9 slimes showed up trying to meet your plug. And 10 times out of 10 you get no love. If it ain't about the moolah, then it ain't about Frank's, bitch. Chuck him for his moolah before he shot him, said thanks, bitch. Close range, no games, problem, proud of propane. Dope man with cocaine for Kennedys and Cobains. I gotta get it, coke wave, we live it. Broke, you so different, I'm bigger than prolific. Never know specifics, you never know the difference. You ain't never go the distance, fuck the judge and the sentence.
When it in the kitchen, you do it for the bitches. I'm moving for the riches, I'm moving for the riches. When it in the kitchen, you do it for the bitches. I'm moving for the riches, I'm moving for the riches.
These rap niggas still trying to fuck my old bitch. These trap niggas ride around in my old shit. That's my old whip, I had it back in 06. 650s old as shit, bitch, I'm on some old shit. Rats and roaches, the boats and Louis loafers. Getting money with vultures, 40s and Louis hoes. My clique all loony doja. AKs under the sofa, I get them from Sosa, the real La Costa Nostra. Range Rover riding dirty with the cola. Strapped dirty, I'm sliding with the Cobra. Game over, valet the potion with your bitch smoking Doja. In the VIP, tell them send them bottles over. You lame Doja, that's all us. Every bottle, that's all us. Niggas the starstruck, fuck around, get your bra fucked. That's all us. Every table, that's all us. You fuck boys, broken shit, get your bars up.
Catch me out candy, shoot up to the Carter. And while we grease globe trotting like we ballers. Sharper than your barber. Shorty say I'm the bomb so much in my phone, I saved this Pearl Harbor. Real rap, pass in the coupe slow. Try and get my money right so when I come back, Stacy Dash in the coupe. Yo, you soft as a loofah, I'm hard as the loop go. Bigger call it the loopy, and that's how the crew roll. Cause these refs can't call it right. Getting chicken with grease, now that's a real Harlem night. Back to dirty Jersey, no scuff for my nights. Putting work, you get put in dirt, try and rob my ice. Drop how to rob, now the blogs hitting me back faster than half my bras. Told me you can ask them all. Pass the rock and I score like basketball. Attitude, take money, ain't the type to ask you,
I'm the hottest thing under the sun, Delz the name. Haters mad at me, be mad at yourself. Used to blame, we bring the pain. Insane in the membrane. Dame Grease, bigger threat, wave gang. City to city, hear us banging through your speakers. Fresh to death, always with the illest sneakers. Wavy as fuck. These bitches thirsty in the club and they ready to suck. We getting money we got. Y'all fools broke, wasting time on your block. Get your mind right, get your game right, get your hustle right. Pay attention,
hard. Now I grind small, calculated moves, guys buying out the bar. Whipping in that low, game so cold though. Catch a nigga, slip him and I whip him just for promo. We could talk money, homie, not on the phone, no. Lot of snitching going on, so I stay solo. Turn 5 into 10 to a Benz to a crib and it's all on the bitch. Manipulate the situation, trying to get rich. I hear you niggas talking, but you not saying shit.
Manipulate the situation, trying to get rich.
I hear you niggas talking, but you not saying shit.
Oh, yeah. We got all the bottles, we got all the models. Got me feeling like, oh, yeah. We want all the money, we want all the moolah. I love my shootouts. Oh, yeah. Popping champagne, it ain't a damn thing. You know I got it like, oh, yeah. I'm getting to the money, you stupid looking funny, and I'm the champ, bitch.
DJ Delz, you know I love you.
Off the top rope, Randy Savage elbow. But in this case, hit you with the bell like Ricky Steamboat. Ultimate maniacs like Warrior and Papo. Delz worldwide from Tokyo to the Apollo. Y'all follow. We leaders leading the way. Block us, stop you out, take what you got, even your bag. Okay, I reloaded, more shots than money made. Legends never die, living forever. Hit the replay.
We got all the bottles, we got all the models. Got me feeling like, oh yeah. We want all the money, we want all the moolah. I love my shootouts. Oh yeah. Popping champagne, it ain't a damn thing. You know I got it like, oh yeah. I'm getting to the money, you stupid looking funny, and I'm the champ, bitch. Oh yeah. I'm a macho man, free Randy though. They told on little bro he had that candy snow. He said bigger, hit the studio, get back at it. The streets ain't the same, the game's a rat magnet. I gotta stay afloat, bigger out the way. I came through with Elizabeth, they so were mad. All these action figure rappers, they connect like Lego. Skinny James, plenty chains, he's a lame and they know. We got all the bottles, we got all the models. Got me feeling like, oh yeah. We want all the money, we want all the moolah. I love my shootouts.